meatus.
That should be familiar, right? That canal going into the temporal bone. External auditory meatus. Okay, next.
Tympanic membrane.
So we can pull this out, and it's this little plastic wax. The tympanic membrane, what you commonly call your eardrum. So those three make up the external ear.
So the middle ear.
So the middle ear is now this space, and we also have these tiny bones.
Okay. Auditory ossicles.
So ossicles, that's the group of the bones. All three. The ossicles. And then the individual names. So this first one here has like a club shape to it. That's the malleus. The next one, the incus. And then here, the stapes. And you can remember, don't put it on the test, but the common names, the hammer, that's the malleus, looks like a club. The incus, the common name is the anvil. And I think an anvil like the Roadrunner cartoons. Right? And then the stirrup, the anatomical name, the stapes. So these are the three auditory ossicles. And then we should need the eustachian tube. Auditory tube, that's this canal here. Eustachian tube, auditory tube, pharyngotympanic tube.
We can just call it auditory tube?
Auditory tube, either name you like.
Tensor tympani muscle.
Okay, the tensor tympani muscle. That's why we wanted this model. You see inside of the auditory tube is showing this red line here. So that's the tensor tympani muscle.
Okay. Stapedius muscle.
And then over here, stapedius muscle. This one shows it nicer. So that little red segment of muscle. And we'll make sure I'm looking at that right thing. Yeah, right there. Here it's colorized. Here it's not painted. But you still see that kind of rough texture right there. So the stapedius muscle. And then here in the canal, the tensor tympani muscle. Should be about 16 right there. Okay.
Now the inner ear.
So the inner ear, that's this section here. And all of this inner ear, the temporal bone, if you remember that term, the petrous portion on the temporal bone, it's inside of that area. Okay?
The vestibular apparatus.
Alright, so you pull all this out. The spiraling portion is called the cochlea. But if we just cover the cochlea for now, everything you see here except for that stapes bone, this is all the vestibular apparatus.
Vestibule.
So the vestibule now is the portion that I'm touching specifically with the pipe cleaner. So the vestibular apparatus, you notice there's these three loops. However, just the smooth part, this is the vestibule. Okay.
Semicircular canals.
Semicircular canals are now the loops that I'm touching right here. And it's specifically the white part on this model, the outside. You can see how these other two semicircular canals have been kind of removed. So the outside semicircular canal.
Alright, semicircular ducts.
The duct is now what's represented with plastic. The semicircular duct is inside of the semicircular canal. So the duct is internal, the canal is superficial.
Endolymph.
Endolymph, oh, so we gotta switch to this one. You see that liquid that's inside of the semicircular duct? That's representing the endolymph, the fluid. We got a piece of it over here.
The
Fluid
cochlea.
inside the duct?
The fluid inside the duct. So this model doesn't have endolymph. This person wouldn't be able to hear. That person would be deaf. This person has endolymph.
So all deaf people don't have the liquid in the ear?
Oh, there's so many reasons for hearing loss. That would be one.
The cochlea.
The cochlea. Cochlea means the snail shell, the spiral.
Oval window.
Oval window. I guess that's kind of a good thing. Here we have the stapes, and you see the stapes covers that oval shape. Or here, since the stapes is broken, that oval shape is the oval window. The stapes sits right on it.
Okay. Round window.
Round window. See the circle? There's a round window, just the circular portion, and the oval window, the oval shape covered by the stapes.
Can you point that out again? The oval window?
So oval, you see the oval shape around here. The stapes is sitting right on top of it. Oval window, round window. Oval window covered by the stapes, and the circular shape, the round window.
Vestibulocochlear, the auditory nerve.
And again, that's the 8th cranial nerve. We'll use that same picture. But you can see how the nerve is branching off of this area.
Vestibulocochlear. And that's it.
All right.
Yay!
So